All right, let's go to the Vaal Tuesday meeting now. Time to get straight into this action. We've got just the 7 races that we want to get through. So with the start of the bipod and the start of the place accumulator, it all happens almost immediately with the start of the first, which, by the way, is the maiden juvenile plate, and it is over 1,400 meters. Just in terms of the rest of the information, there's our QR code for you to get involved in. So don't forget to always use your phone. If you're on DSTV 240, hold it up to that QR code and you'll be on your way to opening up your Betway account. Let's get straight to the action, where in terms of the market, I can tell you that the favourite, who's at 5 to 10 at the moment on Monday morning, is number 5, Impressive, from the stable of Paul Matchett that Muzi Yeni is riding for Trevlin and the guys. I'm sure they're all expecting this to win. 3, Lucky Awesome, is at 7 to 2, but there's been money for Craig Zaki's ride for the Sean Terry stable, is shortened from 5 to 1 to 7 to 2. Remember, this is the Monday morning betting. And number 7, Life's Treasure, another one of Trevlin's horses, is trading at 7 to 1. You can get 8 to 1 and better about the balance, but I would have thought Impressive. Daryl, morning.
Morning, Clyde.
Fresh off the work riders meeting, Impressive, hard to beat?
Very hard to beat. Obviously, we in the dark with regards to the first timers. Firstly, number 3, Lucky Awesome. He's related to Chocolate Soldier, who did fairly well as a juvenile, and Cape Lights, who she herself won quite a few races in the region of a mile, 1,400 a mile. Follow the market with regards to number 3, Lucky Awesome. Watch how he goes down to the start. But Impressive does get that sex allowance because she's a filly and she's set to carry 57. Last time out, it looked like she was going to challenge Does Your Mother Know? And then that winner just asserts it in the latter stages. Penultimate start behind Moana, that's also looking good. So take note, race 1, because of 7 races, is the start of the PA and the bipod. Clyde, we have to bank a number 5, Impressive.
I can't imagine us looking past Impressive. Odds on, you can notice the fixed odds about Impressive, all hard to beat, 9 to 20 about number 5, Impressive. So that's the bipod that costs 48 Rand. Remember, it's also a place accumulator. So here's a look at the PA, which, by the way, also cost 48 Rand. And there's the last couple of legs in that place accumulator that you need to make a note of. Give me some love. 7 to 10 to win this from the Lucky Hudalaka stable. Craig Zaki is riding in the colours of David Shaw. Does look like the right horse in the race. Cool Reggae is trading at 5 to 2 for Chris Yonker and Callan Murray. Number 6, Regal Queen, is at 3 to 1. The 3-horse Money Galore is trading at 10s. And then Sapphire Sun 14s and 66 to 1 about this horse Cranberry Point. So all runners quoted, but give me some love. Odds on back in Lucky Udalakis' yard, or backyard if you like, also does look like it should take a power of beating you.
Yes, I've actually gone with 3 runners, Clyde. And, you know, with me putting 3, I probably should have put 4, number 1 included, but I think she may just need 1 more. That's number 1, Sapphire Sun. Now, give me some love on paper. She certainly looks the right one. Tried over slightly further, but this time around, Clyde, they're bringing her back to a mile, right? And they're putting cheek pieces on her for the first time. So they could tweak things a bit, and I can see her winning, especially in a field of this depth. Number 4, excuse me, Clyde, number 4, Cool Reggae, is clearly a 5-year-old mare, turning 6 soon. But she didn't finish too far behind the favourite last time out.
No, they liked it. Chris Juncker liked it for his life last time.
I mean,
Cool
she's
Reggae
only a
was
length
actually
behind her.
disappointing.
She's only a length behind her, and that surely has to give you a bit of concern with regards to the favourites. And then have a look. Now, let me just state, I'm not a fan of this form line, but number 6, the 2-year-old, Regal Queen. Look at her form prior to that. She ran behind Secretary Bird, Get Up. If she happens to finish 10 lengths behind Get Up at this stage of her career, she would have beaten a couple of winners.
Yeah.
And then in her penultimate start, the going was very soft on that occasion, yielding behind Grand Empire. She loved the step up to a mile last time out. She loved it. And she's probably got the most scope for improvement. She's only had one start of the mile and she finished close up. So she's got 56 to carry in a field that certainly lacks quality. I wouldn't be upset if she wins, and I'm actually going to be shouting her home because we've played to beat the favourite in the pick six. I don't know, Clyde. If you want to bank the favourite, please, I'm not.
Well, you're not taking that price, are you?
No. I mean, cool reggae.
So the betting's all wrong.
I don't know if it's wrong, Clyde. I don't know if it's wrong. But
Well, if you're not taking the price, then
I'm
it's
not
wrong.
taking the price. I'm not. But you know, with those cheap pieces on backing trip, she's probably going to romp home now. But yes, I'm playing to beat.
Okay, let's see how that all works out. That's the pick six. We got Field at the back, 425 Rand, 10%. All right, let's get on to the third race now, where Destiny's Dreams top of the boards at 9 to 10 to win this. Your pick sixes are on now. Now it's time to get your jackpots on. So, Alec Laird and Craig Zaki, they team up, but they're already in the red. Number 2, Bridget Ann, is at 7 to 2 second favourite. 3, Rendezvous in Rio, was meant to run the other day, but now Joey Soma got them back with Muzieni on board at 4s. The 6 on the card, Vindalanda, is trading at 5 to 1. And number 4, Eric's Girl, is trading at around 14 to 1. It's 14s and better about the balance. So, Destiny's Dream, top of the boards, to win, was 11 to 10, shortened even money, shortened again 9 to 10.
Lovely debut on the half alt.
Right.
Just finding, what's it, Drachenfutter.
Yes.
Too good. The two of them were actually a few lengths clear of the balance of the field. The fillies that ran third and fourth haven't won, but they both placed in the next start. Should Strip Fitter, looks the right one, doesn't she? I'm not too sure about number 2's form lines, Bridget Ann, so I didn't include her. My backup is Joe Soma's filly, Clyde. Now, this filly has been off the track for, 8 months. But if you recall, a week or so ago, she was meant to run.
Yes.
And the meeting was changed, postponed.
That's
and
right.
Joe Soma scratched her on the grounds of the change of dates. And that's the time when the tracks were very wet. And maybe Mr. Soma wanted to get another gallop into this filly to get her fitter.
Yeah.
That's my thinking. I could be totally off the mark. I don't think her form lines read too bad. Poblano, Rachel Wall, Tuscan Romance. Yeah, let's see. If she's fit, I think she's going to be the biggest danger to the favourites. I just don't know, Clyde. I don't know. It's a long time off the track, isn't it?
The Dawson Baby is in the market, 5 to 1, Vindalada. The Chase Morjan's riding. Any news on that? Or anything you know
actually,
about
no, Clyde.
No,
You
no.
know, what is this? The first leg of the jackpot. Yeah, jackpots.
Yeah.
You might need her if she's
that?
fancy.
That's what I'm saying, but no comment.
You know, I know she's related to a horse that goes twice around the track in Romeo's Magic.
I thought you were about to say Inflame, but okay.
And she's actually a full sister to Romeo's Magic. I don't know, maybe too short, Clyde.
Jackpots 1 and 3 enough?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to add 2, I'm not prepared to add her. I don't favour
All
chances.
right, we'll get this jackpot hopefully a couple of times. 32 Rand. Fourth race on the card is a maiden plate, and let's get into this jackpot opportunity for you. It's your second jackpot that you need to get on. Interesting here, because I think Tony Peter holds the key. I'm going to tell you my opinion why. Sands of Valhalla, who's from the stable, is top of the boards at 19 to 10. Ridden by Blaine Marks Jacobson. Looks like, may well look like the right horse. 7 Periodic Table is at 3 to 1. 8 Captain Cooper is 3 to 1. 1 Highwayman Harry is 5 to 1. The 10 horse says Katumba at 7 to 1. And then it's double figures about the balance. Yeah, so I was just trying to figure out, if you have a look at, Tony's got Sands of Valhalla here, right? Captain Cooper, who's in the race, ran to a horse called Sherlock
Northumberland.
Holmes, right?
Yeah.
I'm just working on where Tony's mind would be, because he's got Sands of Valhalla in his yard, and he's also got Sherlock Holmes. So you can put a line between Sherlock Holmes and Sands of Valhalla, and I think
He
Sherlock
can,
Holmes
not
is,
us.
I'm saying he can. I personally think Sherlock Holmes is far superior.
Is it?
Yes. To Sands of Valhalla, my humble opinion.
Okay.
I'm only giving you my opinions, right?
Okay.
And then you have a look at a horse like, what's this horse called? Periodic Table, who ran to Arizona Magic, but finished in front of Tony's horse Sabalenka. And I think Sabalenka would be inferior, way inferior to that horse. What's it called I was talking about? Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, correct. So
Clyde.
based on that, I'm just telling you when I'm figuring it out, trying to put the whole thing together. Based on that, Joe, based on that horse at the bottom,
Sands of Valhalla.
Sands of Valhalla on the run to Sherlock.
Why don't you just use Northumberland as a line horse then?
Well, that's direct. I'm just trying to figure out with Tony.
So Northumberland and Captain Cooper hit the line together.
Yes.
And then Sands of Valhalla beat Northumberland.
Right.
So on a line through Northumberland, Sands of Valhalla should have the beating of Captain Cooper.
Okay.
And Northumberland should have improved in his second start. He should have come on from his debut effort. I can tell you something, Clyde. I like monitoring the exchanges. This horse, first time out, Sands of Valhalla, was alive.
Yes.
There was trade on it. It was fancied. Well, don't know if it was stable money, but it was fancied. Somebody put a lot of money on this horse. Periodic table, I had a look at the siblings. Sure, the siblings stayed all day. And on a line through Arizona Magic and Highwayman Harry, there's not going to be much separating Highwayman Harry and that horse. Periodic table. Obviously, he can come on, but I'm a little bit skeptical. I'm favouring the 2-year-olds, Clyde. I'm favouring the 2-year-olds. I had to include numbers 1 and 7. They got the form to be competitive, but I got a preference in this order, 11 from 8.
Okay. 11 from 8 for Daryl. I would agree with Captain Cooper here, myself personally. So in this jackpot, 1, 7, 8, 11 for 208 Rand. Race 5 is a handicap and it is over the 1200 meters. We're on the straight course, as you know, and scratched here is number 5 and number 8 and number 11 and number 14. They're all out. Take out 5, 8, 11 and 14, leave you with a field of 10 runners. The updated market, because of all of what's gone down, is that number 1 Romilly tops the boards at 28 to 10. 10 Geostorm is 3 to 1. Number 2, Russian Nobility, is at 4 to 1. And number 7, Salute the Flag, is 11 to 2. One other in single numbers, Brett Webber's stable in good form. The 13, Plumbago Park, who's at 6s. And then 10 to 1 and better about the balance. So, Keegan de Mello looking to get Romilly home for the Jan Janssen van Vieren stable. I'd imagine Geostorm not out of it, must have some sort of claim here, those two.
Yes, by now we'll know if Geostorm's form line has been Frank Clyde. But I'm sitting here and saying, even if Highwayman Harry never won, this horse must be a huge, huge runner. Sparingly raced. I mean, he's nearing 4 and he's only had 2 starts to date. But Tony put him away and he was expected to run a forward race on his return last time out. And that run should have brought him on further. We all sit here and we know he's a full brother to Buffalo Storm Cody. So he's bred in the purple. Look at, with the weight allowance he's getting now from the apprentice claim, he's set to carry 54 because of Blaine's allowance. He's drawn towards the outside. He's, I'm assuming, gonna ping those gates and be on his bicycle. Not much can go with him towards the outside in terms of pace.
Yeah.
So he should be on the front foot rolling early. Whereas last time out, Keegan gave Romilly a patient ride. And I'm assuming they're going to adopt similar tactics, try follow 1 or 2 through. And in that period, maybe Geostorm gets away from him. And I'm not saying Romilly can't run him down. His turn of foot was eye-catching last time out. And if you listen to Jan in the post-race interview, Jan's always rated this horse, and he was very disappointed with what he had produced on the track to date. So he has now turned the corner.
He'll definitely got to come on from that.
Yes, and definitely. He would have come on.
Yeah.
And that was an impressive one of this very same course and distance. I don't think you need more, to be honest. And you know what? I actually think, I'm sitting here and saying they both represent value. In my mind, I think that They're the only two that could fight this out.
28 to 10 and 3 to 1.
Yeah.
So do you do a Dutch thing again?
Well, you choose which one you want to fire
Yes.
and cover your other one's stake money.
Okay.
So who are you leaning towards?
Me?
Yes.
I'm leaning towards Romilly.
Romilly. Okay, let's fire Romilly.
Yep.
Say for instance, you put 100 Rand on Romilly.
Yes.
You back Geostorm to win 100 Rand.
Right.
So that if Geostorm wins, you break square.
Got you. There you go. You see how you work it out. That's why Daryl Marie is Daryl Marie. Okay. Doubles 1 and 10 by 2 and 3. Welcome everybody. Let's go to race number 6 now. Handicap fillies and mares, 1400 meters. Take out number 6 not running, Miss Novak. So there'll be 10 horses in this particular event. Just in terms of the betting, I can tell you Lucky's filly, Ringer Roses, top of the boards, 18 to 10. There's been money for it, shortened from 5 to 2 into 18 to 10. 7 Paris Fun is also shortened into 3 to 1. And of course, there'd be an amendment with the scratching of Miss Novak's. Number 4, Lady Sabrina, is trading at 11 to 2. 2 Fire in Her Soul is at 6 to 1. So Lucky's got a couple in here, Lucky Udalakis with chances. And then you've got Paul Match's horse Surprise Party, number 8 on the card, who's currently trading at 8 to 1. It's 12 to 1 and better about the balance. So there was an amendment for Ringer Roses, and then they back to shorter. She the horse to beat?
I think so. I think you need to read into the fact that Craig Zaki had the choice and he's opted to go for her. Funny enough, Clyde, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually her first run up a straight. All her races to date have been around a bend. But she had a nice prep leading into this. Last time out, Craig let her roll, second run off the rest. She just came up for air in the latter stages. Penultimate start, you must be very happy with that return. On that occasion with Marco, she actually finished her race off. Last time out, Craig let her stride, and she's fairly versatile. Go back in her form line. You'll see she actually ran third to Fire in Her Soul early on in her career. And I don't think Fire in Her Soul, I know she had a few more runs at that stage, but I don't think this filly is actually that bad. You know, you look at her form line and you say, oh, that was a fair run last time out behind Warm Reception. But Clyde, that was at level weights with Warm Reception. Warm Reception, I think, was a 98 going into that race. She was an 88. She was 10 pounds or 5 kilograms out with Warm Reception. I actually think that's a cracking effort.
Very much so.
So her only disappointing run is in the Fillies Mile, where she had excuses. I'm not looking past Lucky's 2 over here. Well, numbers 2 and 3. I'm looking past his other one in number 5, Wise Counsel. But yes, I actually like the look of Fire in Her Soul over here. But what's putting me off is Craig has opted to go for Ringer Roses, who is more racing fit.
Well, Keegan DeMello then steps in with Fire in Her Soul. Daryl Schrudy in the race. And Lucky Hudalakis expected to fight this out with Fire in Her Soul and Ringer Roses. Right, the seventh race, the last on the card. Race 7 is the Green and Gold, where the Green and Gold is favourite 3 to 1 for the Sean Terry stable. Keegan DeMello is riding that. 2 Shivering Light is at 4 to 1. Number 4 Utsa 11 to 2. 8 Southampton 6 to 1. And the 8 Hats is trading at 17 to 2. 10 to 1, the 3 Heavenly Good. A little bit of talk about that. That Tony Peter Marco van Rensburg horse. 1 Blushing Bloom is 10s, and it's 12 to 1 and better about the balance. Tricky race. I guess there'd be a few in here with chances. Was there one other that I wanted to bring to your attention, Daryl? No, I think that we've covered everything in the race. What do you like?
Yes, now Kylie's Angel number 12 was under sufferance last time I Clyde. Wasn't a bad effort. Yeah, she is a bit under sufferance again, but I think she's better over the 1400. And with a patient ride, she could make the trifecta and quartet.
Yeah, she's a 25 to 1 shot.
I think she can fill the back end.
Can she? Okay.
I think she can fill the back end.
That's number 12.
8 Hats, number 10.
Yep.
She's certainly off a competitive mark now. Look how high she was in the ratings, and she's right down to 64. Big runner is number 10, 8 Hats. Number 7, Green and Gold, you can probably say that Keegan had the choice of rides between Blushing Bloom, number 1, and Green and Gold. Now, Green and Gold, this filly has taken time, and he's still taking time to get to her best. But she's improving. She loved the step up in trip. I'm a little bit wary about that form line. I don't think it's going to light up. But in saying that, she's a young filly who's got some ability and is moving in the right direction. Take note, it's actually her first start on a firmer track. So she won't surprise me in going back to back, but she'll need to lift her game, Clyde, and I think she's capable. I think Keegan is maybe going to be scratching his head after this race. Have a look at Blushing Bloom. I think her form line reads nicely. Speedman, Golden Operator. Her Speedman run was not herself, but her comeback effort behind Season's Greeting was nice.
Yeah.
And her effort last time out against some really, really nice
Sean
sorts.
Terry's also won the race.
Yes.
Golden Operator won again.
Correct. Golden Operator won again, and that was in open company. I think.
Sean will have an idea now, won't he?
And the fact that she's come down another 3 pounds has to.
But
put
I
her in
have
my
to say
play.
that the way, in the manner that Green and Gold won,
Yeah.
I was very impressed
Yes.
in the manner that she won. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that all plays out. So
Yeah.
you 1 and 7, are those your top two? Or is it something, I know you like a bit of the 12.
1, 7, 10. I know 10 probably in the
Eight
in my
hats, yeah.
10.
And you're including Shivering Light also, I see in the
Yeah.
exacta.
You know, Claude, there was talk for Shivering Light on debut. You know, remember we interviewed Tony pre-race, or Mark. Mark actually said, you know, this filly's fancied. She might find it too sharp, but she's fancied. And now she goes that extra 200.
Yeah.
So another one that could remain unbeaten.
No doubt
I
of
mean,
it, 100%. Don't leave it as stable companion number 3, Heavenly Good, if you are going that deep. That's the latest then from the Vaal Race 7. Thanks everybody for joining. We look forward to chatting to you again when we come back to the studio on Wednesday.